Alu. Yes. Yes. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. Yeah. Yes, Mike is hello. Yeah, hello. Hello, yes, hello. By bass. Hello, Mike yes. Yes. Yeah, hello. Hello, yes. Second mic, volume. Yes, hello. Mike yes. Yes. Second mic, volume. Hello, yes. Yeah, hello. Yes.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. We welcome you all to Janjambone for the official opening ceremony of the 5th Janjambone Kankuran Festival. Shortly before we proceed, I will seek the indulgence of the general public to pray individually before we start the proceedings, please. Amen. First, we will observe the protocols, and then we will try to stream our speeches, and then also to make sure that the speakers will be able to summarize their speeches as short as they could. Meanwhile, I will acknowledge the presence of the Chief of Janjambure, Alhaji Bakari Jamjawa, the directors from the satellite institution under the Minister of Tourism and Culture, the Governor of Central River Region, and of course the Deputy Governor, representative from the International Trade Center, members from the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, the executive members of the Kankuran Festival Organizing Committee, the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, Honorable Ahmad Ba, and then the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Dr. Aissatou Toure, and all other protocols respectfully and duly observed, and all other partners and the media. Today we are here to celebrate the 5th Janjanbureh Kankuran Festival under the auspices of the Janjanbureh Event and Management Cultural Association. This is the 5th year that the community of Janjanbureh, in close partnership with the National Center for Arts and Culture, the Gambia Tourism Board under the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, and partners like the International Trade Center, YEP, and the GTB, the GDHI, and other relevant partners come together to celebrate the unique cultural heritage of Janjanbureh and the Gambia at large. It is significant in the history of Janjanbureh as a community known as the birthplace of the Kankuran masquerade, famously the Fida or the Jamba Kankuran. For the fact that, and then also we'll acknowledge the presence of our very important partners from Senegal who are also here. Before we call the speakers, we will have the scout band of Amite Senior Secondary School to do the national anthem of the Republic of the Gambia. And then also to remind, we will do our best, all the speakers that will be here, to make sure that the speeches are as short as possible, so that the Vice President could have a leave back to Banjul, because I understand, in fact, today is another very important day because the Gambia is playing against Cameroon in the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations, and that is so historic for the country, and that we should also dedicate some valuable time to that very important football match in the history of our beloved country. Now we will have the scout band of Amite Senior Secondary School to lead us in the national anthem of the Republic of the Gambia.
Go.
Thank you very much, the scout band from Amite Senior Secondary School. Without wasting much time, I will now call on the President of the Janjanbureh Events and Cultural Management Committee, Mr. Omar Jame, to give us a very short opening statement.
Very much, Master of Ceremony, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, the Minister of Tourism and Culture, the Governor, Central River Region, the Country Coordinator of the Youth Empowerment Project, ITC, and its manager, the directors from the various institutions, Gambia Tourism and Hospitality Institute, the National Council for Arts and Culture, the National Youth Council, the present international visitors who are here to grace the 5th edition of the Janjambure Kankurang Festival, the media present, members of the various cultural groups, and also the task force, that is to say the different stakeholders from the tourism industry present here with us today. I want to seize this opportunity to say good afternoon to you all. However, my statement today will be very short, but before I go deep into my statement, I want to seize this opportunity to actually apologize to you all for not holding the opening of the Janjambure Kankurang Festival yesterday due to some slight changes, simply because we noticed that the government of the Gambia has attached a lot of importance to this Kankurang Festival, and due to some of those reasons, we actually thought it very wise to wait for the Vice President and the delegate to be present with us here today in order to have the formal opening of the 5th edition of the Janjambure Kankurang Festival. On that note, I just want to seize this opportunity to apologize to you all, more especially to the international visitors who may not actually understand why we had some delays as to the opening of the Janjambure Kankurang Festival. However, the Janjambure Kankurang Festival actually emerged way back in 2018 from an initiative that we call the Landscape of Africa. The Landscape of Africa was actually an initiative that was to help develop tourism around the Gambia and Senegal. And this initiative was actually pioneered by the EMC of Janjambure Kankurang Festival and as well as NFI in Senegal. From that initiative, we were also able to develop the Janjambure Kankurang Festival to a full-fledged initiative, which was actually supported by the National Center for Arts and Culture, Gambia Tourism Board, and the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, in partnership with the International Trade Center through the local office in the Gambia, that is the Youth Empowerment Project, in ensuring that we able to revive the unique Kankurang Festival of Janjambure. It used to happen in this way. We used to hold the Janjambure Kankurang Festival every 5 years, but then as young people of this community and also the various stakeholders, we came together to actually revive this initiative in making it an annual event. And the reason why we actually developed the initiative to be an annual event is also to encourage young people have work around the island, more especially around the creative industry, around the tourism industry, culture and related areas. Also, we use it as an opportunity to actually get our young people with unique skill to also showcase their talent, ranging from culture, craft, art, you name it. And since then, the EMC of Janjambure Kankurang Festival were equally able to work with all stakeholders around the island, more especially the lodge and the restaurant owners on this island, in ensuring that we are able to develop the tourism products on this island and get more visitors to visit the island and make it visible in the international market. And we couldn't actually do this work alone as a committee, that is the event management committee. We were able to get support from our local authorities, starting from the chief of this island, the governor's office, and also other stakeholders that coexist on this island, which include women CAFOs, youth CAFOs, and also other partners that work around the tourism industry. And since then, I would say we have been holding a very successful festival, and as such, we want to wish each and every one of you present here today for a very successful festival. And I would like to encourage you all to also follow on the other footages of our cultural performances that will be taking place from the various cultural groups, because here today we invited over 15 cultural groups, different masquerades from the Gambia. I would say almost every region in the Gambia is represented here through their cultural groups. So on that note, I want to seize this opportunity once more to thank you all.
Thank you very much, the chairperson of the Events Management Committee. I will now call on the chief of Janjanbureh District, Alhaji Bakari Jamjawa, to welcome the guests and then the delegates to the 5th Janjanbureh Kankan Festival.
Assalamu alaikum. Polo mbena Vice President Kondona ba bismillah la Janjanbureh sado kono ñu watola. Mbena Minister of Tourism Kondona anala Ministry molde bebe nana mabe ñi bewdo. Mbena commandant Kondona anano wala ko deni tellem luntaw jaati di ñu sado kono. Be Kondona be Senegal ko kondo na men na ka funda badia yang ka badin nga ka badin ti ni ko kono be momo ni ale bodo fanna ina na ma be ni be wala ngal be kondo ngal bismillah Janjanbureh ni wato wala media fana nge kondo nge bismillah tul kol men be bodo fanna na ni na ma be ni be wala nge bismillah ni Janjanbureh sa do kon ni wato wala be mo be tendula be jela mo na nyim be wala nge bismillah na ledi kan roni musol nge be konton fembe yalo ko dina be wala nge konton nge bismillah ni be on ko makata ro kono del be bi be kontali mbake awat kabeling UNESCO e mol ni silo dande mol la woni bite ma ni nano sandi luldi be ni be on jura min kada kankura wala maru kode kankuran ko UNESCO ma mistake makadi ko boda kankuran ko dole sandi jama idel na jantom bon ko kankuran ko sawo nyanta jura la ko enter kontan ba ka en sewo anne na mol kontan ba ka makado ko be ten wala be jela be yeb kolon kon youth empowerment bol fana tenda be jela tadi pada dia mudan na mol fe kabira akuma sur da ko sai ni tende bonna e betani nala be fana tenda be jela be wala bi akela be kuma baldi ko vice president so de jam o mun de titar bal tar bi nga ni be kuma se yilon polo de meaji be wona vice president na ma be ni be ondo o ma khadi be sewo e ma khadi be kontan akola bage karo kono bila kibaro fudala mobe ko alhamdulillah rabbil alamin na be mo silanga ngana fajele bawo membe president noma ni ko wala banyuna mina ma be be ondo akelo ngalo ko silanga be on be kuma baldi makari ngol si be on renyo fe na kentadi min ko ni jol men fala be ni committee kono isi nyomuda ya kala nyola ilma sa kunda ye bulo du nyobul ini Minister of Tourism yebulo do nyowulu ani NGO menke ma koy isale koyta nyaato ndel be tendla be jela febe ku kenyindo NGO do mangof men mo febe ku kenyindo be tendla be jela alabal.
Thank you very much, the Chief of Janjanbureh for Abakabake, the Chief of Janjanbureh for that deliberation. Now I will call on the regional governor of Central River Region, Honorable Sharif Abbas Sanyang, to deliver a statement. Honorable, you're welcome.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم And again, please, I would appeal to all of you once again to stand up and give a round of applause to the Honorable Minister for Tourism coming up with his delegation to this program. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Honorable Director of National Council for Arts and Culture and all other directors present here. I also pay homage to the very Honorable Minister's delegation. I was surprised to see that he came with a very huge delegation to this occasion today. Thank you very much for this honor. And Her Excellency the Vice President for leaving of all that is in Banjul and the Combos to come and attend this program. It's an honor to us and CRR in general, and more so to Janjambure. We thank you so much for being here. Generally, we are happy because CRR is the home of hospitality, we all know. And again, no, I cannot face this way because I'm talking to people. So it's ugly. I'm not talking for the camera, I'm talking for the people. You want me to still face them? All the cameramen are for that? Well, I'm sorry, I have to face them. Okay, thank you. All right. You reminded me to also say welcome to all the media houses present here today. Distinguished guests present here, CRR, as we all know, besides its hospitality and richness in culture, it's also the home for food for this country. And I hope all of us are going to face that reality. Honorable Vice President, it is important for us to note that cultural diversity and cultural showcasing is an important component in human living. Janjambure, as an example, taking the epic in the Kankurang Festival, has been called the home of Kankurangs. It was amazing yesterday when I came around at night, dodgy. I stood around and saw the Farah Kankurang, the Jamba Kankurang, Jamba Jabali. That's the first time I hear that name. And also, but one thing is missing. I haven't seen the Fambondi yet. I hope it will be in the, in the next year plan. Also, my sincere thanks would definitely go and commendable these two gentlemen of the region and CRR at large. Mr. Omar, they call him Jato Jame, and the other one, Justice. I think it's Mohammed Lamin Serikan. Thank you so much. And the committee, the organizing committee of this place. Thank you for such a great vision. Now, we believe that showcasing the culture of Janjambure as, the home of a Kankurang and other cultures would entice all tourists coming up to the Gambia to know that Janjambure is a great destination to know about culture and the great hospitality of this country. Not limiting to that, investors are also encouraged to take part in such a vision. Come and enjoy what we have to showcase, and it will entice you to know what is available to invest in the region at large. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a day we all rejoice, and we thank you so much for everything, the organizing group who have been working relentlessly for the past 6 months. We have a lot to give, we have a lot to show in these 2 and 3 days. I thank you so much for all being here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Governor of Central River Region. When we started the Kankurang Festival in 2018, very important partners. In fact, all the technical support, and then even they've been the liaison officer between the local organizing committee and of course all the partners, and then of course the ministry. And then in fact all the festivals are under their purview. And then now I will invite the Director General of the National Center for Arts and Culture, Mr. Hassam Sise, to give us a very short statement. Director, you're welcome.
MC, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Isaac Toure, Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, our own minister. We always helpful, always supportive and responsive. Honorable Ahmad Nkeba, the Governor, our good friend, and thank you very much for kind words. The Deputy Governor, my colleagues, the Director General, Gambia Tourism Board, another very good partner in this festival, the Director General, the Gambia Tourism and Hospitality Institute, who are also a dependable partner in this project, and the entire team of the ITC, the Youth Empowerment Project. They have been partners since 2018. The representative of the National Commission for UNESCO, staff of the NCAC, the Gambia Tourism Board, DTHI, the AMC, that's local organizing committee, and of course our good friend, the Honorable Chief and Elders. I want to welcome you all and to state that we are particularly happy to have Her Excellency in this program. When we got the news yesterday afternoon, we were definitely very motivated. It shows, like somebody said, that the Kankarang Festival is now really highly recognized, and your presence here, Your Excellency, is really a stamp of approval. Okay, but of course, it's also a challenge for us to, keep up the very good work. I also want to welcome all the artistic groups here present, and to tell Your Excellency and Honorable Minister that since 2018, there has been an explosion in community, regional, and village festivals. So really, the gains of the 2016 change of government is directly reflected in the cultural domain. As we speak now, there are festivals in Niger, in Balen here, and next week, the Bainunkas in Foni Jarol, the following week, Sutukoba, the following week, Sukuta Dembadu, the Kansala Festival. Almost every week now, there are festivals. In fact, I tell my colleagues here, we are inundated. So I think that's all good news, because people are free to associate and free to, do their cultural expressions in the New Gambia. On a final note, I want to express gratitude to the Gambia Tourism Board for the very strong and visible support that they have rendered this year and the previous year so far. To the Gambia Tourism and Hospitality Institute, they have evidently always handled their aspect of this festival very well in their own very, very elaborate and efficient style. I also want to thank the area council who this year has supported the MC, and of course special thanks to the National Commission for UNESCO for their support, and the ITC who this year have really done more than what they have ever done to support the festival. I told my DPS here we gathered together that anytime the festival is coming, people come and come. I think this is really a cause for hope. To the ANC staff and the task force members, we wish to convey thanks for the hard work they have done, and also many thanks to the cultural group who have come here ready to showcase the best in Gambian masking tradition. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, the Director General of the National Center for Arts and Culture. Before I call on the next speaker, I will seek in the indulgence of the high table and then the delegates to observe a 1 minute silent in respect of Mr. Sheikh Sarr from Senegal, who have been very instrumental in supporting and then also initiating the partnership between Janjambure and Kopenteng, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. In fact, I think that prompted for a cultural group from Senegal not attending the Kankarang Festival. Please, I seek your indulgence to observe a 1 minute silence, please. Thank you. Amen. I will also would seize this opportunity to acknowledge the support the EMC received from the Janjanbureh Area Council, Basic Bank, and then of course from Tekifi for supporting the first edition of the Janjanbureh Marathon, which is organized by the Kankuran Festival Organizing Committee, and it will be staged tomorrow in Janjanbureh. Now I will call on a rep from the International Trade Center, ITC, precisely Mrs. Ngone Pane, to deliver a statement.
Thank you very much, Justice. It is a pleasure to be here again to witness and celebrate the 5th edition of the Janjanbureh Kankurang and Masquerade Festival since its revival in 2018. But before I go further, please allow me to recognize the President of Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Madam Aissatou Touré, the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, Honorable Ahmad Ba, government officials present, Director General of the National Center for Arts and Culture, Director General of the Gambia Tourism and Hospitality Institute, Director General of the Gambia Tourism Board, community leaders, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The International Trade Center, through the EU-funded Youth Empowerment Project, has over the years put great emphasis on strengthening the growth and development of tourism and culture through creation and diversification of tourism products and services, skills development, strengthening of national institutions, structures, and communities to spur growth, economic development, and sustainability. To achieve these objectives, the Youth Empowerment Project recognizes the potential of Janjanbureh to become a destination that is able to enrich tourism experiences in rural Gambia and create employment for youth through community-based tourism, tapping into the rich culture, natural and historical heritage of the island and surrounding communities to create unique products. As a result, we partnered with the National Center for Arts and Culture in 2018 to revive the Janjanbureh Kankurang Festival, not only to enhance creative tourism that is able to support youth employment, but to contribute to the preservation of heritage as a national treasure that will allow generations to continue to learn the history, preserve the culture, and share with the rest of the world. As an institution, ITC embraces tourism as a tool for economic development and encourages the need for tourism to be seen as an industry that benefits everyone. For these benefits to make an impact, one must make it possible for more youth to participate in tourism, widening the scope of opportunities for participation and providing equal opportunities for both men and women. It is our responsibility as stakeholders to mobilize resources, work together to synergize and advance the work on developing the Gambia's tourism in a sustainable and strategic manner. We therefore encourage all of us to continue to organize youth for their empowerment and transforming them into productive citizens that can contribute to the sustainable development of tourism and the creative sectors and the country at large. I will conclude by extending our appreciation to the European Union and the government of the Gambia through the Ministry of Trade and the Ministry of Youth and Sport, as well as the Ministry of Tourism and Culture for the continuous support and partnership. I thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Ngone, for that speech. I will now call on delegate from the Senegalese delegate, the Kunkum culture, to make a very brief statement. You're welcome. Yeah, any language. Any language. Wow. Assalamu alaikum. maa ngi nuyu ñëpp ku nekk sa tur ak sa sant. Madame la vice-présidente, Monsieur le ministre Ahmad Ba, Monsieur le directeur de la culture et le directeur du tourisme, Monsieur le directeur gouverneur ak chef boo xam ne moom moo nekk ci Janjanbureh ñu ngi leen di nuyu yëpp ak délégation yu fi toog yëpp. ñu ngi nuyu gan yoo xam ne ñoom ñoo jógee fii jógee ci bitim réew ñëw tamit fekkee festival bi. bu ñu ñëwee sax ci festival bi maa ngi lay wax ni man ñu ngi ànd ak benn délégation boo xam ne mu ngi jógee Dakar ay acteurs la yoo xam ne ñu ngi ci culture bi ñu ngi ci tourisme bi ñëwoon pour xool ci invitation ministre bi pour que ñu xool together lan ak lan la ñu xam ne moom la ñu mën a defandoo mais bëgg nañu lool luñ fi fekk puisque gis nañu ne lépp lu àdduna bi boo gisee UNESCO jël Kankourang def ko patrimoine mondial de l'UNESCO parce que dafa bëgg a dëkk yi ci àdduna bi ñëpp bokk xool saytu ci loolu lan ak lan moo nekk ci mbir mi. Kankourang rek boo ko xoolee nga xool faara bi ci ban garab lañ koy jëlee nga xool xob yi ci ban garab lañ koy jëlee nga xool instrument yu tëgg ci yan gàncax lañ koy jëlee. kon nekk na mbir boo xam ne ci wàllu science ci wàllu xam-xam war nañ ci mën a jëlee lu am solo moo tax maa ngi jaajëfal comité boo xam ne moom mooy organiser lii fii mooy juróomeeli édition bu mbir mi. donc loolu am na solo bu ñu ko lëkkalooyee nag ak tourisme puisque dañu bëgg économie boo xam ne tourisme bi moom loolu lay indi ci adduna bi. mais culture bi tamit mën a bénéficier wu ci économie boobu donc tey culture nekkul kese loo xam ne da nga koy xam dencal ko sa bopp mais nekk na loo xam ne da nga koy xam ba pare ubbeeku boobu mu mën a ànd ak utum liggéey ak koom-koom ndax xale yi mën ci jàng loo xam ne moom la ñu représenté puisque tiit bu ñu war a tiit tubaab yi ñoom defar nañu ay musée defar ay galerie dafay ay lu nekk pour denc seen i baaxu maam pour denc seen i aada ak suñu cosaan mais ba léegi boo demee ci seen i dëkk loolu mu ngi foofu kon ñun bu ñu réeralee suñuy bos ëllëg ak ginnaaw ëllëg lan la ñuy wax suñuy doom yoo xam ne lan lañ leen di won loo xam ne maam moom la fi bayoon te loolu la ñu war a jël saytu ko puisque yàlla moom la ñu yàlla may na képp doomu aadama ci adduna bi donc ñun tamit suñu culture maanaam suñu aada ak cosaan dañu war a xool social li naka lañ ko war a mën a jàppee mais dañu war a xool tamit économique li naka lañ ko war a mën a doxalee donc ñun suñu gis-gis ci mbir mi am ngeen lépp fii lépp am na fi donc léegi organisation bi moo xaw a des tuuti naka la ñuy dimbalantee ba lii ñu def ko koom-koom donc loolu am na solo maa ngi wax gouvernement bi puisque ñun ministre day ñëw suñu festival saa su nekk moom ñu ngi koy tuddee sax ministre africain du tourisme et de la culture moom Ahmad Ba ñun noonu lañ ko tuddee. am ngeen loo xam ne vraiment jafe na waaye nag ci nit ki jafewul puisque moom loolu la comprendre dafa war a pousse mbir mi gouvernement bi dañ ko jox liggéey boo xam ne dafa war a pousse nit ñi pour seen wàllu aada ak cosaan naka lañ koy préserver naka lañ koy mettre en valeur te moom mu ngi dox loolu puisque loolu ñun mun nañ ko seede fu ñu munti organiser di Toubacouta di Sénégal di Ziguinchor fu nekk moom daf fay ñëw daje nañu tamit ay bitim réew lu bëre yoon donc Gambie soxal na ko culture soxal na ko tourisme soxal na ko moom ak ñi mu àndal di ko doxal donc dama bëgg ngeen tàccu seen ministre bi bu baax a baax parce que ñun bu ñu amoon ministre bu mel nii mais duñu wax dara parce que dinañu xam ne affaire bi dina mën a dox mais loolu yëpp dinañu ko xoolaat dinañu ko saytuwaat en tout cas ministre ñun de bëgg nañu liggéey ci festival de Ndiambouré bëgg nañu ko xool saytu ko bëgg nañu xool acteur tourisme mi naka la ñuy dajee pour jaay lii puisque dañ ko war a jaay naka lañ ko war a jaayee nag ay waxtaan la sunu biir naka la ñu war a def ba affaire bi structuré wu tamit ba mu doon lu baax waxtaan la sunu biir yaakaar naa ne buñ ci waxtaanee dinañu trouver ay solution yoo xam ne festival Janjanbureh puisque benn la ci àdduna bi loolu am na solo donc benn bi nu mu nekkee ci àdduna bi mais war nañ ci mën a def lu am solo maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant yéen yëpp kontaan nañu ci teewaay bi bu baax a baax a baax jërëjëf yëpp merci beaucoup.
Thank you. Jërëjëf, merci beaucoup, and then Baraka Bake. Thank you very much. The part of the delegate from Senegal that are here to grace the 5th edition of the Janjanbureh Kankuran Festival. Now it is my singular honor to invite the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, Honorable Ahmad Ba, to deliver a statement. Mr. Ba, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, Madam Vice President. I'll be very short and brief because I know the sun is hot and I'm sure people have been waiting for too long. Mr. Governor, Deputy Governor, and staff of the Governor's Office, the Director General of the NCAC and his staff, Director General of the Gambia Tourism Board and his staff, the Director General of the Gambia Tourism Hospitality Institute and his board, for staff, the delegate here, particularly our good friend, Mr. Raymond. He has been with us for many years now, and all his able staff. Indeed, the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, the Chief and distinguished guest of Janjanbureh, our friends from Senegal, here present, a huge delegation, and all international visitors who also manage it to the Janjanbureh Festival, the Janjanbureh Area Council and its staff, the Kuntaur Area Council and its staff, the organizing committee, the local organizing committee, all of them for that matter. I commend them once again for a wonderful and excellent job that they've done in promoting our culture. And indeed, we welcome all the international guests to this very special occasion. We hope that many more of you will come again so that we'll have better festival in the future, despite of COVID. And indeed, members of the press and in all our Kankuran dancers, masquerade dancers, musicians who have come from all over the world. Now, I'll be very short in the sense that the importance of Janjanbureh to the Gambian history. I mean, we need to reflect back as far back as 1823, when the first freed slave landed in this island. And we must be proud of that. Will be 200 years next year. And I think that we will now need to see how we're going to celebrate that nationally and internationally. Hope the Janjanbureh Festival will now have to be shifted next year in April so that we can celebrate 200 years of the existence of Janjanbureh Makati Island Division. So we want to bring the whole world here. And I'm sure you know that government attach very importance to our culture, our heritage. And I'm sure when the Vice President comes, he will speak on that. Yes, the President decided that really that the Vice President must come to show how important government attaches to these very important activities that is trying to showcase our culture, our heritage. That shows who we are and what we are. And he told me he wanted to come. But the problem, the logistics, and he has already a confirmed engagement with the dinner for customs tonight. But hopefully next year, 200 years celebration of Janjanbureh, the President and the Vice President will be here. You must understand she is from Makati Island Division, which is now Janjanbureh region. So we are looking forward to a huge, huge festival in April next year. So we hope that most of us here will be present here to mark the occasion. Let me also thank the organizing committee and give them a word of advice. It is important that you start saving money. This year, you made significant success in raising funds, but also it's important that you reserve parts of those funds so that you can initiate some other projects for the good of the community of Janjanbureh in the future. On this note, I would certainly once again thank the Vice President for taking her time and coming to grace the occasion. Mr. Governor and your deputy, once again, we thank you at all times when needed. You are always there for the people. We express our gratitude to you and to your entire staff. On that note, I thank everybody for that matter.
Thank you, the Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture. Indeed, when we heard that the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia will grace the opening of the Janjanbureh Kankuran Festival, it was received with great honor, because we know it is also very important to have her present right here with us. And that is, the community of Janjanbureh is indebted to the entire government of the Republic of the Gambia under leadership of His Excellency President Adama Barrow. Now it is indeed my singular honor to welcome the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Her Excellency Madam Dr. Aissatou Toure, to give her opening remarks and officially open the 5th Janjanbureh Kankuran Festival. You're welcome.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Ministers, Governor of Central River Region, Permanent Secretaries, Deputy Governor, Chief of Janjanbureh, other district chiefs hereby present, Advisor to the President, the country representative UN, the country representative ITC, Chairman and Councillors, Janjanbureh Area Council, the visitors from the sub-region of Senegal, Guinea-Bissau and other surrounding countries, Director General, National Center for Arts and Culture, Gambia Tourism Board and GTHI and senior staff, the international guests, the tourists, representatives from the ITC International Trade Center, the Festival Organizing Committee, all the artistic groups present here, elders and notables of Janjanbureh, all other protocols respectfully observed. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 5th edition of the Kankuran Festival, taking place from today to Sunday, the 30th of January 2022. I bring you the fraternal greetings of His Excellency, President Adama Barrow, who would have loved to be here, but because of other pressing issues, he could not make it. But like my colleague said, the 200 years of celebration is going to have him here, inshallah. It was as far back as in 2018 that the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, working with the National Center for Arts and Culture, the Gambia Tourism Board, the Gambia Tourism and Hospitality Institute, Youth and Community of Janjanbureh, and the Youth Empowerment Project here had the idea of reviving the famous Janjanbureh Kankuran Festival. It was not an easy task, as the festival had been moribund for more than 2 decades and therefore needed much effort to wake it back to full life. Luckily, the level of commitment received from the chief, governors, youths, through the Events Management Committee, and the relevant sector of government, National Center for Arts and Culture, and the relevant sectors of government, the Gambia Tourism Board, and the GTHI, was such that as early as the 2018 edition, hopes were raised that the festival will become one of the most looked forward to in the national calendar of festivals. The level of participation by the community and the invited masquerade guests was of high level, and this has helped to encourage people to come from far and wide to attend the festival. Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Minister, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, the intervention by YEP since 2018 has been a big boost to the festival, such that we are now on the 5th edition. Besides the financial support accorded to the festival, the Youth Empowerment Project has also worked with other relevant stakeholders to widen the capacities of the local organizing team in events management and festival organization. The visible improvement in terms of content of the festival, its organization, its scope, and its visibility and attendance is a clear testimony of the fruits of the Youth Empowerment Project support. I should also say that the Janjanbureh Events Management Committee, chaired by Omar Game, has never been found wanting in its role as a key partner in the community as a local organizing committee. The local community have been working partners since the first edition. Without this, it would not have been possible to come to this far. I want to personally commend the local organizing committee and to encourage them to keep it up and continue to claim and defend ownership of this festival, which is yours. From the very beginning, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, what government under His Excellency President Adam Barrow aimed to do with this festival was to use it to restore this town as the cradle of the Kankuran, which in 2008 was inscribed as a UNESCO Intangible Heritage of Humanity, thanks to efficient work on the nomination file by the National Center for Arts and Culture and assisted by the community of Janjanbureh. The Kankuran Manding Masquerade is a special place in the history and folklore of Janjanbureh. The details about which I need not go into, but what is also undisputed is that this festival is in the right place, Janjanbureh. Another aim was to promote tourism in the island and add to the numerous tourism attractions in the form of a festival, which will be themed on the Kankuran. Of course, the festival showcases other masking traditions of the Senegambia region, which makes it a truly international event. The presence of representatives and guests from our brother Republic of Senegal and its surrounding is testimony to this growing international character of the festival. Mr. Chairperson, allow me to now address a very important issue of conserving the numerous heritage sites on the island. It is very encouraging to see new heritage site products such as the National Center for Arts and Culture Run Kankuran Center, and also the interpretive panels that have been created and erected at required historic locations. It is also gratifying to see the high level of engagement that has gone into putting together this festival. Also, the National Center for Arts and Culture and the Gambia Tourism Board have worked with the Youth Empowerment Project to train local youths in tour guiding to give the true interpretation of the history and culture of the island. However, I find it rather sad that certain historic monuments on the island, which form a critical role in the overall history of the island of Janjanbureh, are being slowly destroyed. Historic buildings are being pulled down in front of the eyes of the community. This is sad and it must stop. The task is first and foremost on the community to find ways and means of stopping this destruction of heritage on the island, and then we in government will legislate accordingly. I also wish to instruct the governor, chief, area council, and the village development committee to be vigilant about this and report any probable cases of heritage destruction on the island. If the heritage sites are destroyed, then a day will come, the tourists coming here will no longer have anything to see. The tour guides, who are children of this island, will have no work to do. Lodges, guest houses, and similar ecotourism accommodation are being built on the island to receive guests and bring money into the community. Then why should we sit and see the heritage being destroyed and tourists driven away by our own action? We all know that when you destroy the attractions, tourists will not come, and that will weaken all the efforts that our government have expended all these years to turn this community into a tourism hub. Mr. Chairperson, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to end by recognizing all participants, including the local organizing committee, that your efforts, individual and collective, are fully appreciated. The various cultural groups that have come far and wide, the technicians, the press, and all the officials and press, please accept our deep commendation and sense of gratitude for your attendance. To our traditional partners here, UNESCO, NATCOM, GT Board, GTHI, National Center for Arts and Culture, we once again thank you for your support. I wish to assure this community that the government of His Excellency Adam Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia, will continue to work towards building an inclusive and dynamic culture-centered tourism sector where the needs of communities like yours are well taken care of and always prioritized, where the protection of cultural identity, the civil liberties, and its valorization for jobs and growth is always supported and nurtured. I reserve special commendation to the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, Ahmad Nkeba, and his team for the hard work they have done in this very important cultural meeting. To the Governor, Chief and Elders, and the women leaders in Janjanbureh, the youths, I wish to convey gratitude to you for your efforts. Please continue to own this festival. It is to help it to grow, sustain it, and it will continue to be an asset to your community and the Gambia. It is very important that jobs are created out of this, and it's a great opportunity. The democracy is consolidating, consolidate the opportunities. Young people, communities, consolidate the opportunities for this democracy that we are nurturing. On this note, Mr. Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to declare open this 5th edition of the Janjanbureh Kamkurang Festival, and I wish you good luck in all your
Thank you very much, the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Dr. Aissatou Toure. Now we will proceed to the Youth Center, the Janjanbureh Youth Center, where the Vice President will lead the cutting of the ribbon, and that will be led by the National Youth Council. Now we'll proceed to the Janjanbureh Youth Center for the cutting of the ribbon. Thank you.
Yes, all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Right, Judge.
Please run.
Nada de para.
Follow the bill.
Voy a catar Case of emergency. There's a patient by the name of Gregory. Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Come and tend to the sick. There must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two. Tell her it's a case of emergency. There's a patient by the name of Gregory. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh gosh, oh the pain is getting worse. I don't wanna see no doctor. I need attendance from my nurse around the clock. 'Cause there's no prescription for me. She's the one, the only remedy. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh the pain is getting worse. I'm hurt by love. I don't wanna see no dog. I need attendance from my nurse around the clock. 'Cause there's no prescription for me. She's the one, the only remedy. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh the pain is getting worse. I'm hurt by love. And I'm sure doctor can cure. Calling out to every Ghana. fighting for land. I'm so confused, I just can't understand. You lose your family, and I lose my best friend. Hurt will be hurt, 'cause they all spell pain. Tell me what in the world are we waiting for? To stop love from walking out that door. I'm a calling out America. I'm a calling out to Africa now. I'm a calling out to Russia and down in sweet Jamaica. War has no winner. Calling on the president. Calling on prime minister. I'm a calling out to Russia and down in sweet Jamaica. War has no winner now. I long to live, long to breathe some fresh air. I long to walk the streets without any fear. Our children die for what they don't even know. Your kids take mine, 'cause we made it so. Tell me what in the world are we waiting for? To stop love from walking out that door. I'm a calling out America. Calling out to Africa. I'm a calling out to Russia and down in sweet Jamaica. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather be wrong doing life. Your mom and daddy say it's a shame, it's a downright disgrace. But long as I got you by my side, I don't care what your people say. Your friends tell you it's no future in loving a married man. If I can see you when I want, I'll see you when I can. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Am I wrong to fall so deeply in love with you, knowing I gotta